Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mrs. Becker.
Here.
Mr. Carangelo.
Here.
Mr. Sizemore.
Here.
Ms. Guas. Mr. Hong.
Here.
Mrs. Reese.
Here.
Mr. Winston.
Here.
President Lax.
Here, we have a quorum. Please rise to salute the flag.
We have a couple of options.
I don't know where
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the rights of the public to have advance notice of and to attend meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed and acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this Act, the East Brunswick Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted at the Board of Education offices. Written notice was also provided to the Sentinel, the Newark Star Ledger, the Home News Tribune, and the Municipal Clerk of East Brunswick. All Board of Education meetings, with the exception of executive session discussions, are videotaped for later broadcast. It is the policy of the Board of Education that videotape meetings are not edited for any purpose. Individuals who speak at the Board's public meetings should be aware of these videotaping rules. Good evening. This is very exciting because normally I sit there and we look at the empty seats and then we come back to a couple of people in the audience. Tonight, when we come back, guys, we're going to have a beautifully filled audience. But before that, we do have a need for closed session. So, whereas the Board of Education must discuss matters which are not appropriate for discussion in a public meeting, and these subjects are within the exceptions to the Open Public Meetings Act and are permitted to be discussed in closed session, the Board of Education intends to discuss matters as follows, those items listed on tonight's agenda. The length of the closed session is estimated to be 1 hour, after which the public meeting of the board shall reconvene and action will be taken. Now therefore be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education will recess into closed session for the aforesaid subjects, and be it further resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education hereby declares that this discussion of the aforesaid subjects will be made public at a time when the public's interest in disclosure is greater than any privacy or governmental interest being protected from disclosure in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Moved by Mrs.
Second.
Becker, second by Mr. Carangelo. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We'll begin in about an hour. Oh, yeah. Okay, welcome back. See, I was right. Did I not tell you? Is my mic on? My mic's on. Why you can't hear me? It's because I'm so quiet, Jeff. I know. Jeff would like me to be louder. There you go. Hey, that's for you, Jeff. Okay. All right, welcome back. As I said, it's always so sad when we see that empty room in the beginning and then we come back, and this is always one of our favorite nights here. So we're going to get the festivities started again with Dr. Valesky and the superintendent's report.
Thank you, President Lax. Good evening, everyone. And I believe everything is up behind me tonight. The artwork on display in the boardroom back at the administration building was created by students from Churchill Junior High School. The art teachers of these talented students are Darren Amy, Carolyn Spooner, Leah Lefevre, Kim Valdada, and Deborah Manuzza. Matthew Hannes is the principal. Along with Board President Lori Lax, I had the pleasure of attending Decision Day here at the high school on Friday, May 12th. The seniors celebrated the best decision ever with an ice cream social, Guess the Teacher graduate, photo booth, outside games, a live map, and more. And thank you to the high school administration, PTSA, and the high school counseling team for all the support to honor the graduating class's next steps. The Bound Monroe staff hosted a diversity night on Wednesday, May 24th. Families and teachers created a variety of displays teaching about diverse cultures in our school community. It was a wonderful evening filled with fascinating facts, delicious foods, and of course, lots of fun. The first ever Sources of Strength sponsored Hammersholt Yoga event, which was a huge success. They had 27 students and 6 staff members attend, and together they participated in mindfulness, breathing strategies during NJSLA testing after school, while enjoying the beautiful weather in their courtyard. During their May meeting, they discussed the importance of generosity and ways to spread kindness. Peer leaders also volunteered to participate in the incoming 5th grade orientation. The elementary students were so grateful to have them present and ask questions and show them around Hammersholt. The high school hosted Relay for Life on Friday, May 26th, and what an amazing day. Thank you to our National Honor Society students, Sherry Kofinas, Brian Wishelman, and the high school community who raised over $12,000. The generosity will help in the research to put an end to cancer. It was a celebration of life where we recognized some heroes who do not wear capes. Thank you to Suzanne Wong, our high school's very own EBHS photographer, for capturing all our heroes. On Wednesday, May 31st, the high school counseling department took 14 students to the Construction Industry Career Day in Edison, an annual event that provides students with an up-close look at different skilled trades within the construction and building industry. Students were able to try their hand at hanging drywall, cutting crown molding, assembling scaffolding, driving nails, mixing mortar, and laying brick. And I need them all to come to my house. Virtual reality headsets were on hand to let students experience the process of welding sheet metal and even simulated operation of heavy equipment such as cranes, forklifts, and front-end loaders. Most importantly, students were able to interact with union professionals and learn about training, wages, and benefits that come with a career in one of these lucrative and in-demand vocations. The annual Art Walk will be displayed until June 12th in the center of our municipal complex. And this year, we have about 90 signs displaying artwork representing all the grades K to 12. And I got to tell you from experience, if you haven't been able to do it, go do it. There's a QR code on one of the signs. Scan it. A YouTube video comes up with student performance work, and you get to walk around listening to music actually composed by East Brunswick teachers and performed by East Brunswick students. It's fascinating. Just a few reminders, and there are a few, by the way. Tomorrow, Friday, June 2nd, is a single session day for the high school students only, and tomorrow night will also be the senior prom. Tuesday, June 6th, is a single session day for all students with lunch served for grades K to 6. Friday, June 9th, is a single session day for the high school students only as they begin taking finals. Monday, June 12th, Tuesday, June 13th, and Wednesday, June 14th are single session days for the high school and Churchill Junior High School students only. Thursday, June 15th, and Friday, June 16th are single session days for all students with lunch served for grades K to 6. And Friday, June 16th, is the last day of school for all students and graduation for the class of 2023 that will be at the Cure Arena in Trenton beginning at 10:30 a.m. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I like coming here because I never get applause. Oh, my goodness.
And I was going to boo you since you said graduation.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Megan, we're going to keep you. We're not going to let you graduate. Okay, the fun part that you're all here for. We have some resolutions of appreciation and recognition. So we are actually, I'm going to ask for the motion to combine all 15 of these items before we go ahead and do them. Second. Mr. Carangelo, second by Mr. Winston. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Motion carries. Now we are going to have the board members get up individually to do those, starting with Mr. Hahn. Sure.
Good evening, everyone. So, Resolution of Appreciation 2022 and 2023 Board of Education Student Representative recommendations. Whereas Megan Tan has served as student rep on the Board of Education for 2022 and 2023 school year. And whereas Megan has faithfully attended meetings, offered insight as a student of East Brunswick, and effectively communicate to the Board of Education's actions to her fellow students. Now, therefore, be it resolved that East Brunswick Board of Education recognize and comments Megan Tan for her time and service to East Brunswick Board of Education. Thank you very much. Remember, no matter where you go, remember you are always East Brunswick Bear. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Resolution of Commendation 2023 Outstanding Special Education Teacher Award. Recommendations. Whereas the National Association of Special Education Teachers announced that Lindsay Grossman Library, a special education teacher at Forest Elementary School in East Brunswick, New Jersey, was selected to receive 2023 Outstanding Special Education Teacher Award. And whereas this award is based on special education teachers across the U.S., the national level, who has demonstrated exceptional achievement and excellence in the field of special education. Awarded are nominated by their respective school and district administrators, colleagues, and parents. Candidates are judged based on the teaching criteria, service outside the classroom, and professional activities. And whereas this is a tribute to the dedication and commitment of Lindsay, has brought local and state recognition to our school district and to community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognized and commends Lindsay Grossman Library for this outstanding achievement. Thank you very much for helping our students. Thank you very much for helping our students with special needs. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. So, resolution of commendation for first place in New Jersey Invest Right Essay High School competition. We move that the Board of Education approve the following resolution, which I believe we already have. Very nice. Whereas one East Brunswick High School senior Camille Grant placed first in the New Jersey Invest Right competition sponsored by the SIFMA Foundation, and whereas this competition gives an investment scenario and students are responsible for writing an investment proposal that is created and written based on the scenario, and whereas this accomplishment, a tribute to the students' hard work, dedication, and commitment, has brought local, state, and national recognition to their school, their district, and the community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends East Brunswick High School student Camille Grant and her teacher, Kimberly Giabrone, for an outstanding accomplishment. Camille, congratulations. On picture time. Yeah. I'd like to read that. That is what I do for a living, Camille, so let me know. 26 years, and definitely get your resume to the right place. All right, so further, Resolution of Commendation 2023 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship Essay Contest. Move that the Board of Education approve the following resolution. Whereas one East Brunswick High School senior student Matthew Lee was selected as a recipient of the 2023 New Jersey Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Commemorative Commission Injustice Anywhere is a Threat to Justice Everywhere scholarship and awarded in the amount of $5,000. And whereas this scholarship was awarded based on the strength of Matthew's 3 essays, transcript, and letters of recommendation. This contest advances the Commission's goal to educate the people of New Jersey about Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Movement. And whereas This accomplishment, a tribute to the dedication and commitment of Matthew, has brought local and state recognition to our school, the district, and to the community. And now, therefore, be it resolved that East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends East Brunswick High School student Matthew Lee and his teacher, Chantel Hagan, for this outstanding accomplishment. They're already out celebrating. They decided to, so we won't have a photo. There you go.
Good evening. Resolution of Commendation 2023 Bowling State Champions, Boys Varsity. Whereas skillful play, along with motivation, determination, and exemplary sportsmanship led the East Brunswick Boys Varsity Bowling Team to the Group 4 State Champions. And whereas the score for the Group 4 State Championship was East Brunswick, with 2,774 pins, defeated the second-place team by 65 pins. And whereas this accomplishment, a tribute to the dedication and commitment of the team, has brought local and state recognition to their school, the district, and to the community. Therefore, be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends these East Brunswick students and their coach for this outstanding achievement. And I believe Mr. Malta is coming up to read the names of the team. Thank you, sir.
This is a great group of young men, and Coach Corey Widmeyer did a fantastic job with them. To recognize our first bowler, Dylan Camus. Jeremy Leventhal. Kevin McMillian. And Ryan Puritz.
Switching for a minute to the arts, we have a resolution of commendation for the 2023 National Association for Music Education All-Eastern Mixed Choir. One East Brunswick High School junior, Prashat Taraga, was accepted to the 2023 National Association for Music Education All-Eastern Mixed Choir. And whereas the National Association for Music Education Mixed Choir is comprised of students from 11 states, students were selected based on their all-state choir scores. Prashat earned a ranking in the upper echelon of the New Jersey All-State Mixed Choir, which qualifies for a place in the All-Eastern Mixed Choir, which performed at the Kodak Hall Eastern Theater in April. And whereas this honor, a tribute to this student's talent, hard work, and dedication, has brought local and state recognition to our schools, the district, and the community. Therefore, be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends East Brunswick High School student Prashat Taraga and his teacher, Adam Good, for this outstanding accomplishment. Unfortunately, our next award recipient couldn't be here tonight, but we still want to read the resolution of commendation. One East Brunswick High School sophomore, Allison Lee, was accepted to the, let me go back to the full name, the National Association for Music Education All National Orchestra. Whereas Allison was selected as a member of the 2022 All National Orchestra through a rigorous audition process. All students must have first been accepted into both their region, Central Jersey, and All-State Orchestra, and the orchestra rehearsed for 4 days in Washington, D.C., and performed on November 6, 2022. This honor, a tribute to the students' talent, hard work, and dedication, has brought local and state recognition to our schools, the district, community. Be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends East Brunswick High School student Allison Lee and her teacher, Dr. Arvin Gopal, for this outstanding accomplishment. Congratulations, Allison.
Eight, nine, 10? Okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I have a resolution of commendation for the 2023 New Jersey Music Education Association All-State Ensembles. Whereas 4 East Brunswick High School students and 1 Churchill Junior High School student were selected to the 2023 New Jersey Music Educators Association All-State Ensembles. And whereas Aaron Wong and Isabella Francisco earned high finishes in the state to earn placement in the 2023 NJMEA All-State Wind Ensemble, Ahan Koshuk, Sean Lee, and Kenny Shao scored highly enough to earn placement in the 2023 NJMEA All-State Symphonic Band. These students performed at the 2023 NJMEA Conference in Atlantic City on February 25th, 2023, and at the NJ-PAC in Newark on February 26, 2023. In addition, Aaron and Ahan earned positions in the 2023 NJMEA All-State Orchestra, which will perform in November 2023. And whereas as a role model for excellence in the arts, these students are inspiration and motivation for their peers and have brought honor and recognition to their school, the district, and the entire community. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends these East Brunswick students, as well as Dr. Arvin Gopal, Mark Perez, and Brian Toth for this outstanding accomplishment. And they're going to come up and give the certificates.
Isabella Francisco. Ahan Kaushik. Sean Lee. Kenny Shao. And Aaron Wong.
Oh, photo time, I forgot.
When you're standing up here, you always wonder which parents put which students. But it's real quick to see who stands up with the camera.
Our next resolution is a resolution of commendation for the 2023 New Jersey Music Educators Association All-State Intermediate Orchestra. Whereas following a rigorous audition process, 5 Churchill Junior High School students were among the top student musicians from throughout New Jersey selected to participate in 2023 New Jersey Music Educators Association All-State Intermediate Orchestra. And whereas this selection requires a commitment on behalf of the students that results in many hours of intensive practice with students from all over New Jersey, and whereas one Churchill Junior High School student, Alan Lay, scored the highest out of all violas and his first chair viola, and whereas this honor, a tribute to the students' talent, hard work, and dedication, has brought local and state recognition to our schools, the district, and the community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends the following students, which are going to be recognized in a moment, and their teacher, Mary O'Mara, for this outstanding accomplishment.
Matthew Ham. Alan Lay.
Our next resolution of commendation is for the 2023 New Jersey Music Educators Association All-State Mixed Choir. Whereas following a rigorous audition process, 5 East Brunswick High School students were among the top student musicians from throughout New Jersey, selected to participate in the 2023 New Jersey Music Educators Association All-State Mixed Choir. And whereas this selection requires a commitment on behalf of the students that results in many hours of intensive practice with students from all over New Jersey and culminates in the students performing in a choral literature of the highest quality under the direction of an outstanding conductor in November 2023. And whereas this honor, a tribute to the students' talent, hard work, and dedication, has brought local and state recognition to our schools, the district, and the community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends these students and their teacher, Adam Good, for this outstanding accomplishment.
Jay Palmer. Prashas Taraga.
Good evening. I have the honor to read the resolution of commendation for the 2023 New Jersey Music Educators Association All-State Orchestra. Whereas following a rigorous audition process, 5 East Brunswick High School students were among the top student musicians from throughout New Jersey, selected to participate in 2023 New Jersey Music Educators Association All-State Orchestra. And whereas this selection requires a commitment on behalf of the students that results in many hours of intensive practice with students from all over New Jersey, and culminates in the students performing as an ensemble in November of 2023. Whereas this honor, a tribute to the students' talent, hard work, and dedication, has brought local and state recognition to our schools, the district, and to our community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends the following students and their teacher, Dr. Arvin Gopal, for this outstanding accomplishment. Now, if we could bring them up.
Arav Chowdhury. Isabella Francisco. Justin Ham. Darren Lee. Michael Kim.
Our next resolution of commendation is for the 2023 New Jersey Music Educators Association All-State Treble Chorus. Whereas following a rigorous audition process, 3 East Brunswick High School students were among the top student musicians from throughout New Jersey and were selected to participate in the 2023 New Jersey Music Educators Association All-State Treble Chorus. Whereas this selection requires a commitment on behalf of the students that results in many hours of intensive practice with students from all over New Jersey and culminates in the students performing in a choral literature of the highest quality under the direction of an outstanding conductor in February of 2024. And whereas this honor is a tribute to the students' talent, hard work, and dedication, and has brought local and state recognition to our schools, the district, and our community. Therefore, be it resolved, the East Brunswick Board of Education recommends and commends the following students and their teacher, Adam Good, for this outstanding accomplishment.
Alyssa Chung.
Thank you.
Okay. Our best, most coordinated group, I see. Very impressive. The next resolution is whereas the motivation, determination, and exemplary team sportsmanship led the East Brunswick High School junior varsity cheerleading team to an awesome season in first place at the New Jersey Cheer and Dance Coaches Association cheerleading state competition, and whereas this is the second year in a row that the junior varsity cheerleaders were the state champions, and whereas this accomplishment, a tribute to the dedication and commitment of these student athletes, has brought local and state recognition to their school, the district, and the community. Now therefore be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends East Brunswick High School juniors. I'm going to let their coach, Barry Leff, come and tell us the names of the students. Or is it going to be you, Mr. Malta? Mr. Malta. Okay. Then, Mr. Malta, let's bring on this very well-coordinated group.
Angelina Daddio. Antonio LaMonica. Jenna Rodriguez. And Aubrey Rolfs.
Our next commendation, wait a second, I'm so sorry, I have to find my place, here we go. Whereas with motivation, determination, and exemplary team sportsmanship, led the East Brunswick High School varsity cheerleading team to an awesome season and first place at the New Jersey Cheer and Dance Coaches Association cheerleading state competition. And whereas for the first time in East Brunswick High School history, varsity cheerleading were the state champs. Whereas this accomplishment, yes, you're right. This accomplishment, a tribute to the dedication and commitment of these student athletes, has brought local and state recognition to their school, the district, and to the community. Now therefore be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes and commends East Brunswick High School varsity cheerleading team members and their coach, Nicole Rosner, on this outstanding achievement.
Adam Acevedo. Isabella Afonso. Jaden Casa Masima. Natalie Sioch. Brianna Faria. Rachel Lynn. Amanda Rafael. Analia Rother Fulgaris. Nicolina Tapia. Summer Toussaint. Maria Udalova. Vienna Yu.
Another big group for the evening. Wasn't that long ago I was in this IPPO class as well. Okay, maybe it was a little long ago, but we're going to pretend it wasn't for now. Don't laugh. Okay, whereas at the New Jersey We the People 2023, the Citizen and the Constitution competition, students testified on constitutional issues in simulated congressional hearings, demonstrating impressive knowledge of the Constitution, exhibiting the ability to think critically, and express their ideas clearly and articulately. Whereas the following rigorous preparation, 20 East Brunswick high school students in the Advanced Placement Institute for Political and Legal Education, AP-IPPO, you would think I would remember that since I was in it, class placed first or was selected to represent New Jersey in We the People, the Citizen and the Constitution competition for the 34th time out of a possible 35 years, earning the class the opportunity to represent the state at the national finals, an intensive 3-day competition held in Washington, D.C. And whereas this accomplishment, a tribute to the students' hard work, dedication, and commitment, has brought local, state, and national recognition to their school, the district, and the community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the East Brunswick Board of Education recognizes these students and their advisors, Mark Mondry, Ellen Spivey, and Alan Brodman, for this outstanding accomplishment.
Twinkle Beret. Helena Blivis. Ziad Bergley. Avery Chen. Bailey Como. Tiffany Flax. Chahel Katoch. Caroline Kelly. Tahita Nishant. Justin Oken. Tanmay Parikh. Amanda Sun. Olivia Woodard. And their teachers, Alan Spivey. And the retired but never gone, Alan Brodman.
And we can't forget Mark Mondry, who is doing double duty as teacher and student.
Want me to get in here?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead. A hearty congratulations to all of our students. I have to say, selfishly, this was very exciting to see some of my Memorial kids that are all grown up now. I'm going to call a 5-minute recess, and we will be back in about five minutes. Okay. This is always so much fun for us this evening. And this part of the evening is going to be a little bit bittersweet for the board because I'm going to ask Megan to give her last student rep report. And then at the end, it looks like she's going to be introducing someone special to the board. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Miss Megan.
Hi, guys. Hello? Oh, okay. Hello. This is pretty bittersweet. I feel like time has gone by really quickly, and it does feel like just yesterday. It was Nora sitting here and then me sitting there, and yeah. Okay, so I'll just start with my normal stuff. Recently at the high school, we just had Relay for Life. So if you guys have been keeping up with my other reports, I talked a little bit about what Relay for Life was, but basically at the high school, the National Honor Society runs this event. It's a charity event, and we basically raise a whole bunch of money, and it goes towards cancer research, so it's for a really good cause. And it's a half day for us, but all the clubs kind of set up this big festival outside, and it was a really big production. We had tons of like tents and setups from the different clubs, and everybody that wanted to do these activities went and bought tickets, and then they could use these tickets to participate in activities. So you had like face painting, like different games, like there was Twister, that was really fun. So stuff like that. There's also the Chick-fil-A stand and the Chick-fil-A cow, so that was pretty good. So there's all of that at Relay for Life. We raised over $12,000, which is really impressive, and that all went towards cancer research. So doing good things at the high school. And also President Lax was there, so. All right, and coming up tomorrow, we have prom for the seniors. I'm going. I did my nails, so I'm all good. But yeah, that's tomorrow. So we have a half day tomorrow, and then we're getting ready for prom. And next week, at the end of the week, is going to be graduation. So we have a week of finals starting on next Friday. We start finals, and then we have like a week of finals. But for seniors who are exempt, we don't have to go to school, which is awesome. But then we graduate on Friday, which is really crazy because time just goes by so quick in high school. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that's kind of all that's going on around now at the high school. We're kind of just wrapping up things, and seniors are getting ready to graduate. So I just wanted to thank everyone. I wanted to thank Dr. Valesky. I wanted to thank President Lax, and of course the rest of the board, and Dr. Figueroa. And Dr. Vanella for helping me get set up in this position and for coaching me through how to do this job. And I'd also like to thank anybody who watches this video or anybody who sits in the audience because you guys all show up and hear what I have to say, and I really appreciate that. This has been a really amazing time doing this for this school year. I've never done anything like this before. I haven't really done student government since 5th grade Warnsdorfer, but I guess that didn't count as much. So it was a really eye-opening experience for me. I learned a lot. I've gotten so much better with public speaking, listening to people, just being aware of what's happening around me. And I think most importantly to me is the fact that I've become a lot more confident in myself and like the people around me, and I think that's something really special I've gotten from this. So yeah, I just really wanted to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity to improve myself and to hopefully improve the community at my high school. So thank you guys.
Megan, you have absolutely outdone yourself, and you are a natural. And you'll forgive me if I'm going to break the way we do this. Before we introduce this young man, I actually would like to ask each of the board members to just say a quick thank you to you, because you're thanking us for the time that you've spent with us. But honestly, sweetheart, you have been a breath of fresh air at every meeting. You have given us all the information that goes on at the high school, and you've done it in such a way that for some of us that went to the high school, we wished we were there with you now versus when we went. And for the others that were not there, they said, why didn't I go to this high school? So I can't thank you enough. You're going to be a huge success. I have absolutely no doubt. We are going to miss you, and this young man's going to have very big shoes to fill. But every year, Dr. Vanella sends us better and better. So I'm sure that we'll be saying the same thing about you a year from now, because she's right. It does feel like yesterday that Nora was passing the baton to Megan, who took it, ran with it, and just blew it out of the park. So, but I'm actually going to ask the board members if we can just go down and maybe say a quick personal thank you to Megan as well.
Great times down on the end of the dais, right? Very good sense of humor, incredibly intelligent, and I think we had fun. So if anything, I hope you walked away with a fun experience, and I appreciate everything that you've done throughout the year. You're excellent.
Megan, just want to wish you all the best. You're wonderful to have here. You're so intelligent, well-spoken, and thoughtful. It really was a blessing for us to have you here. And we wish you, I know there's going to be great things that we hear from you, but we wish you lots of luck in all that you go forward and do in your life.
Do I get to say anything as a non-voting member?
You absolutely do.
Oh, thank you.
Say that you're going to withhold her graduating diploma.
No, I'm
so
not
she
going
can
to
stay with us.
withhold,
No,
no,
just kidding.
because I think
MIT needs you.
MIT's already got spot
Absolutely.
reserved and her parents have already paid. So.
Absolutely.
So I want to, first of all, I want to thank your parents for sharing you with us. And it's really amazing because when we have the student reps come on the board, it's your last year of high school. And, last year at this time, you didn't know which college you were going to go to. You didn't know what options you were going to have. I got to see you at the Waxman presentation last year. And from that, we get to watch you grow this last year, and it's really a tremendous period of growth. And we're so proud of you. And I hope you will come back and visit us, because we are really interested in watching your accomplishments over the next 4 years and beyond.
My turn. Megan, you're humble when you speak about yourself, but when I see and we've learned all that you've accomplished in sports and academics and just being a very nice young lady in general, it's amazing. And then you blossom and bloom when you talk about the accomplishment of others. And I'm glad you said you're coming out of your shell a little bit and you're more public speaking, because you are an amazing person. And, embrace that, be proud of it, be proud of what you accomplished, and you're gonna hit outer space with the things you're gonna achieve in your life. So, awesome. Thank you for being here.
So Megan, I concur all the comments my fellow board members made. Well, thank you very much for volunteering your time with us, if we are here volunteering. I'm glad to see you are growing, you are getting better, and I wish all you the best. Once again, no matter where you go, no matter how success you will be, remember you are always East Brunswick Bear. Come back to us, we're going to miss you.
Megan, since you came on this journey, you've grown a lot. We've seen it. And when you brought Chris over, it was just an honor to meet Chris. And we were talking about leadership and how you lead. And as Mark says, you're humble in your leadership and you inspire others to do great. So that's a true leader. Leaders aren't in front. Leaders help others grow, so you inspire others, with your leadership. So Chris, you're up next, and I wish you a lot of luck too, my man.
Well, Mark actually just kind of segued into introducing the gentleman to your right. So would you like to tell us a little bit about Chris?
yeah, so today is passing of the torch. So my replacement for next year, the new student rep, is going to be Chris O. He's a junior, and he has some things to say.
Hi, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to work alongside the Board of Education as a student representative. It's been an honor, and it's a position that I would take a lot of pride in. To tell you a little bit about myself, my name is Chris O. I'm a junior at East Brunswick High School and have been a part of East Brunswick Student Council since I was a freshman at Churchill. I take great pride in being able to work alongside fellow peers and hope that my position as Student Council President in the upcoming year can assist me in being the next student representative. But aside from that, I'm part of the East Brunswick Wind Ensemble and have a passion of playing volleyball. To add on, I would like to once again thank Megan for all the great work she's done. She's definitely set the bar very high, and I'll strive to reach that and go beyond. And I look forward to be able to work alongside the Board of Education in the future.
Okay, thank you so much, Chris. Welcome. And Megan, thank you. Okay, now that's going to bring us to the good of the cause for the public. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on school matters of community interest. To protect the privacy of all students and staff, concerns regarding individual students and staff members should generally be addressed by first meeting with the appropriate administrative staff. Public participation is not an opportunity to engage in a dialogue with the board. I remind you, it is your time to speak to the board, and anything needing follow-up, we will be making sure you leave your information with the lovely ladies over there on the right. You will have 3 minutes if you would like to speak to the board. Timing will be kept by our board secretary. That being said, is there anyone this evening that would like to speak to the Board of Ed? Okay. Seeing none, then I'm going to close the public portion and move on with our Board of Ed agenda items. May I please have a motion for the one item regulations first reading and approval on our Board of Education section? Moved by Mrs. Reese, second by Mr. Sismar. Is there any discussion? Okay, I believe this is a roll call vote. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mr. Colangelo.
Yes.
Mr. Sismar.
Yes.
Mr. Hong.
Yes.
Mrs. Reese. Mr. Winston.
Yes.
President Lax.
Yes, motion carries. May I please have a motion for items 1 and 2 under community programs?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Winston,
Second.
second by Mr. Hong. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Just 1 second.
Yes, I'm going too fast for you? Sorry.
That was moved by Mr. Winston, second by Mr. Hong.
Second by Mr., yep,
Thank you.
you're very welcome.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Moving along to, we have one item this evening under curriculum and instruction. May I please have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Winston, second by Mr. Hong. Is there any discussion? Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mr. Colangelo.
Yes.
Mr. Sismar.
Yes.
Mr. Hong.
Yes.
Mrs. Reese. Mr. Winston.
Yes.
President Lax.
Yes, motion carries. Is there anything that needs separating out under facilities this evening? Well, then I will ask for a motion for items 1 through 5 on facilities.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Winston, second by Mr. Colangelo, who I'm going to assume is going to start our discussion.
Yes, so I have a question on bid number 2. The synthetic fields have a varying price, so the baseball field, the synthetic, the multi-purpose synthetic, there's different prices. So there's one for $18,731, and then there's one for multi-purpose at $4,000. So why is there that significant discrepancy?
I'm not seeing that. Are you saying the synthetic price? Oh, I see it. Okay. The East
Mr.
This $18,000, it's basically the same price for synthetic and grass, which
Off the top of my head, Mr. Colangelo, without having the bid spec in front of me, I can't answer that question. I'll have to get back to you on that.
it was just that one is so low and
Oh, I believe you're talking, Mr. Colangelo, you're talking about field 6 versus field 7?
Yes.
field 6.
Right.
seven,
It may be the size of the space covered. We'll check, though.
Okay.
But I think it's a variation in the space that is being
I would
covered.
presume that to be the case as well. I don't have that information.
Pretty big.
Is there any other discussion?
Here.
Mr. Hong?
Yes, for the item number 4. So we are to give out the contract to treat the asbestos. I just want to know how many buildings has asbestos and how long can we finish the job? Is that possible? We combine all the job together to remove the asbestos as quick as possible?
That's a very difficult question to answer because there are varying types of asbestos. There's friable and non-friable. Friable asbestos is asbestos that can be airborne. We only remove those areas that are at risk. There are asbestos areas that are contained within walls that we'll never get to. They're under the flooring, in the infrastructure. There are areas that will never be gotten to for the life of the building. So to say that there's a plan to eliminate all of it, that can't happen. We eliminate asbestos on an as-needed basis when there's work to be done, when it interferes with repairs. When we're doing flooring replacements in buildings, we remediate those areas in accordance with what the law requires. But unfortunately, it's one of those things that it will never, in certainly my lifetime here, what will not be complete. And I'd say probably not in the lifetime of anyone sitting up here on the dais.
But, Mr. Giuliano, one clarification, because you talked about asbestos and it will exist, but can you just further explain? It's encapsulated, and we do air quality, we do safety checks every year, and we do assurances that our buildings are absolutely safe.
Absolutely, and thank you for bringing that up, because I didn't want to leave the impression that there's anything that is a risk out there. There is not a risk. Anything that might have an opportunity to have become airborne, it's only going to be airborne if it's disturbed, which is why we do remediation before we begin any kind of work in those areas. It is encapsulated, so that means it is contained, so it doesn't become airborne. And I mentioned early on in terms of the difference between friable and non-friable. Non-friable is asbestos that cannot become airborne. For example, it's in the old 9x9 tiles that exist in some locations, floor tiles. But that also goes through a special remediation process to eliminate those tiles before putting in new flooring.
Thank you very much for the explanation and the clarification by Dr. Wee.
Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Before I ask for a motion for financial services 1 through 12, I believe that we are amending
Yes,
a
on
section.
item number 10, this is without those school aid positions designated for location HM as hall/cafeteria. So it's excluding those.
So may I please have a motion for those 12 items excluding what Mr. Giuliano just mentioned?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Winston, second by Mr. Carangelo. Is there any discussion? I believe this is a roll call vote, so will the secretary please call the roll?
Mr. Carangelo?
Yes.
Mr. Sismar?
Yes.
Mr. Hong?
Yes.
Mrs. Reese?
Yes.
Mr. Winston?
Yes.
President Lax?
Yes, motion carries, bringing us to our human resources. May I please have a motion for items 1 through 3?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Sismar, second by Mr. Carangelo. Is there any discussion? Okay, will the secretary please call the roll?
Mr. Carangelo?
Yes.
Mr. Sismar?
Yes.
Mr. Hong?
Yes.
Mrs. Reese?
Yes.
Mr. Winston?
Yes.
President Lax?
Yes, motion carries. May I please have a motion for items 1 through 5 under staff development?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Winston, second by Mr. Carangelo. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, bringing us to student services. May I please have a motion for items 1 through 7?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Winston, second by Mrs. Reese. Is there any discussion? Yes, Mr. Sismar.
Mr. Winston spearheaded a lot of this discussion on some of the things. On number 4, I just think it's fantastic with the amount of clinicians we're bringing in as a district to address concerns. Dr. Figueroa, I know you're also a big advocate of that, and the whole administration. It's very important with what's going on in today's society more than ever. So just wanted to highlight that, and for the administration being so proactive in that area. So thank you.
May I just respond and say
Thank you, Mr.
we
Sisman.
appreciate the support from the board. This board has always been forward-thinking and realizes the need, so it's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Figueroa. All right, I believe this is a roll call vote. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Mr. Colangelo.
Yes.
Mr. Sismar.
Yes.
Mr. Hong.
Yes.
Mrs. Reese.
Yes.
Mr. Winston. President Lax.
Yes, motion carries. We have one item this evening under Transportation Services.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Sismar, second by Mr. Colangelo. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries, bringing us to new and/or old business, committee reports, information items, and for the good of the cause for the board, which I'm actually going to start and piggyback on what Megan said and also Dr. Valesky about Relay for Life. Yes, in fact, I was there. And this was quite an experience for me because we didn't have this back when I went to the high school, so I got to relive my high school days. I got to walk the track a little bit with my daughter, which was fun as a parent. But perhaps the most impacting part of the day was, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I actually did the survivor's walk as a 2-time cancer survivor. And it was a very powerful moment. There was a young man who was actually in the graduating class, I believe, that was there as well, who was fun and cheering. There were a couple of women that I walked with. But I think the most incredible thing, and I say this to the students, but probably more importantly to the parents, these kids were unbelievable. Because this was such an emotional thing, and these kids, when you went through, and all the sections of the stands, they cheered. And that to me is just so incredible for you and your peers to be that understanding and that supportive. Kudos to you and kudos to your parents for raising such great kids, because as I said, it really is a wonderful thing. To be a survivor is not a wonderful thing, but it really is when you think of the alternative. And the fact that you guys at 16, 17, 18 years old were that compassionate and that wonderful, it really, it speaks volumes. So I have to say, just an incredibly well-run event, and just from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for letting me be there. I did take a picture with the cow. I did not send it to you. I didn't think you wanted to see that. But yes, the Chick-fil-A was a huge highlight. But yes, so thank you to the students.
And I don't think many people get to experience the personal side of you when you just acknowledge that you're a 2-time cancer survivor.
No, it's not something I generate. That was actually my first in 14 years. This was my first time actually doing a walk as a survivor. So I've done a lot of supportive things for other people, but it was the first time for myself, I guess. Truly, you're right. Yeah, so first time for everything. But yes, thank you. So anyway, Mr. Colangelo.
So with regards to crossing guards, I'm sorry, I thought I'm loud enough anyway. But regards to our crossing guards, they don't get enough credit. We don't discuss them at all. And I find that they do a great job, because I drive through town in the morning and I see them doing a great job. What I also see is cars speeding and driving fast through the community. And sometimes our walkers, the students, they cross in spots where there aren't crossing guards. So, whoever's watching, I think it's important to make sure that we're slowing down on the roads and making sure that if parents are allowing their children to walk, make sure that they maybe guide them to a spot where they're going to be safe, because I've heard a lot and seen a lot on Winton and Ruse where there's some issues with children crossing every which way and cars driving fast, 40 miles an hour on that road going to Hughes. So I just wanted to bring it up that we need to pay attention, people, with regards to our walkers and making sure our parents understand that they need to cross them in a safe spot where there aren't crossing guards. And I don't know if we need more crossing guards or whatever. So I just wanted to bring that out today regarding driving slower and things like that.
Thank you. It's always a good lesson, you're right. Mr. Hong.
So on May 25, a few days ago, I was certified by New Jersey School Board Association as a certified school board member. So by the NJSBA record, after I was elected, I took 37 class, seminar, and all kind of professional training. Getting elected is first step to serve a school board member. To be a good board member, there's a lot of things we can learn by attending class, seminars, and professional trainings. So from those 37 class meetings, I learned a lot. I know everyone sitting here is volunteers. We have got all kind of jobs, families, but if possible, I hope my fellow board members can attend those trainings. That does help me, at least help me to better understand the school issues, help me think different ways, help me to find a good way to help our students. So for me, I will keep going those seminars, all kind of classes, and I hope you guys can join me. And New Jersey School Board Association provide all kind of training for new board members, for re-elect board members. I learn a lot. I benefit a lot. That's why I make this statement. It's not showing off I'm certified, but I just want to share my experience, how you can get trained, how can you get better, and those training will help you become a board member.
Thank you, Mr. Hong. Mrs. Reese.
Thank you very much. I just want to piggyback off what Ms. Lack said, our president. I want to acknowledge her inner strength, and she doesn't talk about herself much, but she really leads our group. And Relay for Life is a beautiful activity. It acknowledges students. They had a wonderful carnival associated with it too, and I just think that it makes a well-rounded student, that we're not just academics per se, and we as a district acknowledge being kind to one another. In a society where that's not always prioritized, and Dr. Vanilla and his staff, there was even Dunk a Teacher, which I have to give them a lot of credit for that. I wouldn't want to get full with water every single time. They really went out of their way to support this cause. So, thank you for bringing it up, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
And then I wanted to mention an event that actually I filled in for Ms. Lax on a particular day, because she can't be everywhere every second of the day. She's at different events every moment, but there was one that I was able to attend, the Unity Walk that occurred on Tuesday, May 23rd, outside near the municipal pond, with Dr. Valesky was there and spoke very eloquently. And I want to acknowledge Aram Shakir and Paul Quinton, who are the chairs of this organization. So this is the 7th annual event where folks from the town come together. They walk around the municipal pond. They have different organizations coming from all different ethnicities, all kinds of different houses of worship, different clubs, all representing people from East Brunswick. And it's a wonderful opportunity for the town to come together. And Susanna Chu, who's one of our former board members, was the keynote speaker. And she spoke very well about her personal experiences. So it was just a nice event, and we've had students there who came and spoke. Right? Did I leave anything out? What?
And I believe Dr. Figueroa is also on the...
Yes, yes, and that's correct. See, that's why I asked. So
Okay.
yes, he does a wonderful job representing us on that group. And Dr. V, did I leave any? What else should I say from that event?
No, I think you covered it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Just the one, I have a question. You mentioned about the Relay for Life and the dunk tank for teachers.
Yes.
And I was aware that Dr. Vanilla was in the dunk tank.
Oh, I have a
as well.
picture. I took a picture. I have to send it
And
to
I
you.
have it on, I don't know if Dr. Vanilla is still here, but I have it on good authority that students came with huge wads of cash to dunk Dr. Vanilla. And so he spent a lot of time in the water.
They had a lot. I think
it was a-
Christopher Chonko, Mr. Malt, they all were.
Dr. Vanilla thought it was an aquatic center that day.
He offered me the chance to go in the
Yeah, I'm
dunk
sure he
tank.
did. I'm sure he
Yes,
did.
yes. Next year, maybe I will.
And you know what? It's always great that we have administrators who are willing to take that opportunity with the students to just not only to raise money, but just that relationship with the students. So I thank Dr. Videla and all the administrators and all the teachers that were involved that day as well.
They had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
They did. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Mrs. Reese. I kind of don't want to end, Megan, but at the same time, I'd like you to get some rest so you can be beautiful, like you will be, I'm sure, for the prom tomorrow. Would you like to come and call for an adjournment?
Oh, that.
Can I? Come on down, come on, come on, come on. There you go. Come on, there you go.
Get a picture.
Can you replace him for this position?
Well, you have to choose. Are you going to do this or are you going to stall?
I can't imagine what you're going to do in your future.
Wait, what do I say?
All right, so why don't
get
you,
a picture.
can you please call for, get a picture, take the gavel, take the gavel.
May I have a motion for an adjournment?
Just say it like, may
May I
I?
have a motion
Motion to adjourn.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Okay. Do I hit this? No, not I just hold it?
That gavel.
You hit it after the
I'll tell you
vote?
when.
No.
Okay. Wait, what was it
May I
again?
have a motion to adjourn?
Okay. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Who did
No,
it?
what?
Not
What
tell me
happened?
who.
To choose the.
You get to choose.
Wait, I heard Mr. Winston.
Winston?
Okay, move it in.
Mr. Carangelo?
But who did it first?
We're going to go with Mr.
Okay,
Winston.
so what do I say?
Don't worry about it, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Moved by Mr. Winston.
Yeah. there
Second
you go.
by Mr. Carangelo.
Second by Mr. Carangelo.
Any discussion?
Any discussion?
No. All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
None? We
No.
are adjourned.
We are adjourned.
Thank
Whack
you.
it.
Good night.
There we go.